forces, and I'll make sure it goes just right. You'll see. Let's see together.
Alright, I guess my recording time is over. I have to buy some rooms. Check out the specializations at the table now. After you get her. Thank you for watching my stream or recording if you do. Thank you for joining me and have a good day, night. Thank you. Okay, we'll still have the actual recording on. No, that's not what I'm wearing. You should have green. Hey, I better check that. As to this one, 86. No, that's not right. It's never gonna go up in power either. I don't know where my mod went. Did it change only because I installed the white one and it didn't approve? It says it could only be half power because it's white. That's a strange possibility, but it's a possibility. Anyway, so what was I supposed to have? Green. Yes, we want to look green like the fade. And I'm going to do this on the recording, which I may or may not cut out in post or not. But I do want to get Solas on the page just because, not because I'm playing a son. That would be bad. No, that part would be bad if I was really playing. I'm supposed to be Solas' son. But I'm just so obsessed. I just want to see Solas. I won't do it. I can't do any flirting beyond that. But I installed the buy mods and the multiple romance mods for absolutely everybody. Whoops. Back to the... All these plants growing in here. That's more than PlayStation shows. Oh yeah, Solas and all them got their extra skills to level up. Yeah, I can do a specializations quest even though I don't need one. Or wait, the special, no, they show up after I leave. And I always leave by seeing Solas. Huh? I want to go faster through the keep. Oh yeah, I need whatever. Can't even talk to that many people. We're away. Got Urus. Yes, I got Sarah. I can also flirt with her here.
So, Inquisitor. It's Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Drosto, what did I step in?
I've apparently been through a lot. Yes, Corypheus was a surprise.
No, a surprise would be, oh, I stepped in dog shite. No one says, oh, a Magister God monster, I'm surprised. Impossible things aren't surprises.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh, wait, too late, right? A Magister who cracked the Black City. It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a butt, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too much, isn't it? How pretty are you that I actually think this shite is possible? Oh, sure. Don't mind the bung ripped through the heavens, love. Primp and toss and all is well. What I want is to get everything back to business as usual. A nice, simple system with simple problems. Helps me, helps people, helps you. In that order. For now.
I'm hoping you'll stick around. Never know what might interest you.
I suppose, yeah. That could be Lady Herald.
Well, that line was in there. How did they get that one in there and not the other one? Or is that basically the same as the first time you talked to her? Or I like having you around. Who the heck are you? You look like Master Harvard, whatever you did. Okay, her hair is the undercut now because
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
Shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montillier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
do I get to flirt?
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
Take care.
Well, Yeah, you are here.
Have you met this friend of Varric's, Inquisitor?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
It had better not be who I think it is. I will wring that little bastard's neck.
Why? Who do you think it is?
Someone Varric claimed he could not contact. Someone the Inquisition, indeed all of Thedas, desperately needed. I'll reserve judgment until I know for certain. No need to have that rogue screaming persecution yet again.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
That's
As
why
you
she
wish.
disapproves
My
of-
name is Cassandra Pentagast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line
Yeah,
for
we
the
all know
Navarran
this
throne. I
long
joined the
speech.
Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. That's all there is to know, my lord.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentagasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant, and they have them. Oh yes. The Pentagasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that.
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentagasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus, I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then, I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi.
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you were the right hand to the Divine.
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and Most Holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the Conclave.
You're delightful, you know that?
No, I do not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
Who could have guessed the Inquisitor would be so odd?
Odd.
Tell me about your brother.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
None of approval, because I'm not approving of the... Is it store model? Why?
Inquisitor? Is there something I
Oh,
can do
no.
for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
She looks pretty. I can never even see her.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I've been helping the pilgrims in simple ways. Setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You want a mage? Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future. Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
The humors isn't the way to go either.
Do we have many injured men?
Fewer by the day. Most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold. As for the rest, they either heal or... I try to make the passing painless.
As you were.
Your worship.
Yeah, jump out of it.
The order was sent?
Whoops.
Yes, Commander.
Hold on. Oh, that's right. I have to leave before I can even buy some runes. Alright, flirt with Cullen too. I have reached 250 saves.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander, soldiers have been assigned temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now! We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
We were all shaken by what happened.
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want to. We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established. We should have everything on course within the week. We will not run from here,
full up
Inquisitor.
of dust. Does that happen every single time?
How many were lost?
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Everyone has so much faith in my leadership. I hope I'm ready.
You won't have to carry the Inquisition alone, although it must feel like it. We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
I couldn't even get a voice track for thank you, Cullen.
As am I.
Somebody sure didn't search hard enough to get a voice track that just says thank you, Cullen.
You stayed behind. You could have... I will not allow the events at Haven to happen again. You have my word.
And you're still down here for another
Inquisitor?
Oh.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
How do you like working with Liliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Liliana is just as responsible for its formation.
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me. But I enjoy working with her.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our soldiers are well disciplined and committed to the cause. Templars and mages are not used to seeing each other as allies, but they are working together well enough thus far.
I should let you get back to work.
But this violates everything we know about
we
the
don't
Faith.
have.
So it does.
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage. given his unusual abilities.
He can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit,
A demon, more likely.
if you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
Oh. That lady Vivian isn't here.
Cole warned us about Corypheus at Haven. He saved a lot of lives.
We cannot know the true motivations of a demon.
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solas. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But you claim Cole looks like a young man. Is it possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. And yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
In my studies, demons either possess something from this world, or were summoned and bound. They almost never look like something you'd mistake for a person.
Normally you'd be correct. But Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons were drawn through against their will, driven mad by this world. But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years. He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man. It is remarkable.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
If none of us remember him, he could be anywhere.
It's strange he doesn't have his hat
Haven.
on in cutscenes.
So many soldiers fought to
he
protect
always
the
had his
pilgrims
hat
so
on
they
in
could escape.
cutscene.
Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine,
I know.
but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain.
There's a lot of people in
Everything
this that
burns.
ponytails.
I can't.
For the bun.
I can't. I'm going to. I'm dying. I'm.
Is his head not supposed
Dead.
to be in the scene? I'm getting confused. They must have made me tired. I mean, oh, they must have made me taller with the muscular body, because there's some things that are
You're
off.
feeling their pain.
It's louder this close, with so many of them.
Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
Yes, but here is where I can help. Every breath slower, like lying in a warm bath, sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain, dry, scraping, thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
I think it's because the Hallam Sharal remove masks and hats or whatever. Or basically it's remove masks. But
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes? I used to think I was a ghost.
I don't remember it the first
I didn't know.
playthrough that he had his hat.
I made mistakes, but I made friends too.
Oh,
Then a
this was
Templar
part of the
proved I
game.
wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything. I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt, the helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
You say he won't die for hours yet, but you can't know that for certain.
His body is failing.
He could recover. Or the healers could find another way to help him.
How do you know?
I don't, and neither do you. That's part of life.
Try. I want to stay. Roderick was sorry before he died.
There's a flag in the way.
Did he tell you why he was sorry?
Blood everywhere. Monsters, madness, dying. We're all dying. The Herald stands against it, and heads turn. Desperate and simple, pure. Voices in the chantry. Years since I'd sung the song and felt it flowing through me. But this is real. This is real. So long since I'd felt it. Falling, flying, faith. And I fought him. Maker, forgive me. I hope I did enough.
This is real. This is real.
Look at this place. It's a bloody palace. What was this place?
Gosh, this
So
is
much
gonna
room for
be
whatever was here.
crazy. This is gonna be crazy.
Inquisitor.
Just bounced up and down.
I'd like to know more about you, Solas.
Why?
You're an apostate. Yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solas. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Why are you bouncing up and down?
You said you traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
You can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Spirits try to tempt you.
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If Corypheus destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
Ah.
Inquisitor, that is why I joined, not why I stayed.
That was different, isn't it?
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
I missed it. Wait, it suddenly wouldn't let me take a screenshot.
Indomitable focus?
Presumably. I have yet to see it dominated. I imagine that the sight would be fascinating.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Yes, the Varric is defined by its chest hair.
You have an interesting way of looking at the world, Solas.
I try. And that isn't quite an answer.
I look forward to helping you make new friends.
That should be... well...
That isn't quite an answer either. We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Like right now.
Greetings.
Yes. Once your eyes, I can't see your eyes good enough.
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself and your studies. If you have time, I'd like to hear more.
You continue to surprise me. All right, let us talk. Preferably somewhere more interesting than this.
Oh, shoot, I have to ask all other questions again. If I reverse it, I don't have to.
Why here?
Haven is familiar. It will always be important to you.
We talked about that already.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
How long can it take to look at a mark on my hand?
A magical mark of unknown origin? Tied to a unique breach in the veil? Longer than you might think. I ran every test I could imagine. Searched the Fade, yet found nothing. Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
Cassandra's like that with everyone.
Yes. You were never going to wake up? How could you? A mortal sent physically through the Fade. I was frustrated, frightened. The spirits I might have consulted had been driven away by the breach. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
The breach threatened the whole world. Where did you plan to go?
Someplace far away, where I might research a way to repair the breach before its effects reached me. I never said it was a good plan. I told myself, one more attempt to seal the rifts. I tried and failed. No ordinary magic would affect them. I watched the rifts expand and grow, resigned myself to flee, and then... It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
Oh. Okay, is Lisa in others? Yeah. Right.
A figure of speech. You change everything. We shouldn't. It isn't right. Not even here. Where do you think we were?
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. Probably best discussed after you wake up.
Looks like I found my quarters. And left the premises to get the specializations that I don't need. I need a new bone cord again. Lisa's on the new story she just started. When Kristen is away, but Kristen was back. And she hasn't typed After him. I do got the white snowy owls. It claimed it was overridden. Look at that color. My gosh. Maybe I should install the green one though. Since it's trees and stuff. Like especially for that picture. There's trees wrapping whatever. Avar windows are okay, it looks like an owl. Face with wings. And mountain is the Avar windows. Whoa. Okay, now I can't see. Oh yeah, take. I need that. Must make seeds. Why can't I jump off my balcony? There's another balcony below. This replaces all of the... Okay, all of those are the same. These... Wait, does this have the wolf? Okay, that has the regular person's. It's not the robe. That's the regular wolf. Normal. And more wolf formal. All these are... These shouldn't have any mods. Just those others. This? That has purple. Okay, anything that has a coat like that is gonna be dark purple. Apparently, and this is just metal. Ooh. Is that silver or purplish? I don't know. The mod has to go out. I'd rather look blue. Oh. Check out that picture. Somehow I'm waiting for my computer to overload on space and tell me, I've got
They've
too
certainly
many
spared no
pictures.
expense.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... I can't recall who took them.
Fertile ground, even here. This hold has everything.
Do you have any seeds? Wait, what? Oh, I do have seeds. I have seeds. Because I guess I ordered some, that's right. You like to talk.
Inquisitor, Elan Vimal.
She had a
Honoured
mod
to
in
represent the
before.
College
Where'd
of
it go?
Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary.
Ponytail.
My
The
colleague
curly
Adan
hair.
was clear about the worth of your cause. I look forward to assisting him.
She's supposed to have curly hair mod.
I look
It's like
forward
the
to
other
working
elf
with you.
that was out in
And
the
are you?
the
I wasn't
healer
sure
elf.
what to think of you
Yes.
people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must. Your
Who's
worship,
that?
What is your evaluation of our supplies?
we are well supplied, and I foresee only better to come.
Oh, goody then.
As you were.
Of course, Inquisitor.
An arrow with a message. Let's see if this is here. Well, there's not a book stuck on the in between. Up here. There was a book stuck up here last time. I have a picture of it too. Just saw it yesterday. I don't know which book it's supposed to be. Well, what is this? Is that Van Tegan roaming around? You look like him. You're dressed like him. Where are the books? Some of this has books. There's a piece of paper. There's definitely more than one. And another piece of paper. Stairs. Stairs. Belinaris, Didon, he, cataloging Skyhold Elven Arrow with description. An arrow elven, of course. Because who else would be this fancy with a throwaway? I've talked weapon talk with traders before, and the squiggly scratching means make you dead or near enough. Well, well, well made have to be to keep its shape, since whatever ancients thought around it's from. All I know is there are centuries of knocks in the walls I have to patch. They keep an edge. If they don't hit the stone, tell the men to mind their fingers. They got fresh blood on this one. Ooh. Oh man. Okay, I need to be ending this video because I need to be writing. Grab this thing in the war table, and apparently this thing. Oh, I'm not supposed to judge that guy. Oh, hello, grab it already. Why can't I fade step in here, especially here? Zoom. Might put the green color in for the decorations.
How are the rescue efforts? Have they found anyone alive?
Excavation is slow, as you can imagine.
Oh, there's more quests. Just get
Inquisitor?
You're all zero. I'll deal with them later. Let's open this thing up. Just because
Let us begin.
it's a quest, not because I need to do it. Let's turn it off and get some mods before put in a female hair mod that I like. Figure out what happened to the elven curls. Because it was on that healer in the hinterlands. Or in Redcliffe that I found her. To begin with. It's too dangerous to go hunting out behind the woods to gather more. There's 2 herbs right behind your house. Big entrance. Okay. I need to do a lot of things, like gain my other members. Oh, I need to go finish talking to Solas again. Oh gosh. I need to. This next story is gonna drive you as crazy as the game does. Alright, mister. Okay, we can get in the light better.
Sleep well?
I've never done anything like that before, on a number of levels.
I apologize. The kiss was impulsive and ill-considered, and I should not have encouraged it.
Say that, but you're the one who started with tongue.
I did no such thing.
Oh. Does it not count if it's only Fade tongue?
It has been a long time, and things have always been easier for me in the Fade. I am not certain this is the best idea. It could lead to trouble.
Okay, how did they get his lines in on that? And they can't even get a line in for thank you, Colin? It was Colin, wasn't it? Somebody put a lot of work into making Solas.
I'm willing to take that chance, if you are.
Maybe, yes. If I could take a little time to think. There are considerations.
Take all the time you need.
Thank you. I am not often thrown by things that happen in dreams, but I am reasonably certain we are awake now. And if you wish to discuss anything, I would enjoy talking.
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found the ruin of Barandur, a lost Tevinter city buried deep beneath a dead and barren wasteland. Volcanic ash had sealed it tight. In one dark moment, every living creature in the city seared and smothered. They were statues in the ashes, like a mold made to recall the lost.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Time to stop recording. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, if I even leave this part in here. Talk to you later.